Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully you're doing good. Just going to be going live here on this chat today about why exercise makes you gain weight. That's a real thing. Yes, it is true. People are like mind boggled when I say that. So we're going to be talking about it today. I'm out here just hanging out in the yard, enjoying some nice weather. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at improving your health, so typically people, what they'll do, and this happens a lot for a lot of other people that I see and talk to and work with, where especially if you're busy, you're looking to improve yourself, you want to improve your high performance, you want to improve your ability to be healthy, think clearly, and of course drop the weight, right? We all want to get rid of that midsection. So what then we do is we say, all right, well, I need to go to the gym. I need to hire a trainer. I need to do an at-home body exercise program. I need to, whatever it is. And what ends up happening is people go and they start exercising. They go to the gym. They start doing cardio. They get a treadmill. They get a Peloton bike. They hire a trainer. And you get stronger. You may get faster. But for the most part, most people end up not losing much weight. Or they might lose some weight, maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds, but then they gain the weight back, or they plateau and then they gain the weight back. Even though they're still exercising and they're doing all these things, and it's because they're doing it the wrong way. They're really working against their body versus working with us. Now, this really applies to people who are busy, stressed, like entrepreneurs, business owners, and especially for women. Men as well experience this if you have that scenario, but you're really going to see this if you're a woman dealing with a lot of stress in your life. Okay, and I want to talk about why exercise makes, so here's what happens again, you're losing, and then you plateau. Boom. And you're like, I can't lose any more weight, and I'm exercising, so then what you do is you double up on your efforts. You hit the gym harder, you go longer, you go more often, or you just feel discouraged and you give up, okay? Here's why. And the truth is, exercise can make you gain weight, and most of the time it will. Most trainers, most exercise programs out there will say, no, you gotta exercise. It's healthy. It'll make you burn fat. You can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. I'm not here to argue that you can or cannot do that. What I'm here to talk about in this live, in this chat today, is that exercise is going to make you gain weight. And in particularly the kind of exercise, especially the more intense it is, the more cardio you do, the more high, like CrossFit, Orange Theory, that kind of stuff, it's going to make it worse. And it's going to make you gain weight. Now, maybe not immediately, but it'll get there. It'll make you gain the weight. And here's why, especially if you're stressed. So exercise is good. Having lean muscle mass on your body is great. That helps your metabolism speed up. But that's it. There's a lot of good factors for your bones and stuff like that. But what people will do is they'll say, well, that's the whole thing though. I've got to have all this lean muscle mass and I got to speed my metabolism up. But what they don't realize is that there's other factors when you're exercising that will make your metabolism slow down. And what they don't realize is what actually is contributing to why they're gaining weight. It's not just about calories, because you go to your trainer, or you go to your online fitness program or your boot camp, and they're going to tell you to do what? Count your calories, count your macros, and exercise, make sure you're in a deficit, et cetera, et cetera. But what they're not really looking at is making sure that your causes of weight gain, which is not calories, are taken care of as well. They're being addressed. And there's a whole bunch of these things, but let's talk about the number one reason why exercise makes you gain weight. It's the same reason that anything makes you gain weight. It comes back to stress. So if you have stress, emotional stress from your job, your business, your kids, your life, the freeway, whatever, we're all glued to our cell phones. We're all, the world is on fire a little bit right now. There's a lot going on, and it causes a lot of extra stress. And that sends signals from our brain, fight or flight, everybody knows that, to our body, to slow down the metabolism, to produce hormones that are supposed to keep you alive when running from a tiger, but you're not running from a tiger. You're not really. And here's the problem is your brain doesn't understand the difference between exercise, especially the intense stuff, and running from a tiger. So you think you're doing something good by exercising and getting on that treadmill every day, or going to the gym every day, or working with your trainer, or getting on your Peloton every day, but your brain is getting signals that you're running from a tiger. And so if it feels like it's running from a tiger, and remember, your brain literally doesn't know the difference between running from a tiger, doing cardio, whatever intense thing you're going to do, or some weightlifting, whatever. It really doesn't understand that, and it also doesn't understand the difference between like having a stressful Tuesday, having a candy bar. It responds the same way in your body as far as stress goes. So when it's stressed, it starts to store fat. Where does it store it? Right in your midsection, your belly, your butt, your thighs. So you see a lot of people, and especially for women, this will happen. Well, they'll have a flat stomach, but their thighs and their butt and their hips will get really big. Or for guys, they might have strong arms and legs or whatever, but they've got this gut hanging out. And sometimes it just is that whole midsection area. And that's because it's a stress response. So if you're exercising and you're not losing weight, or if you've been exercising, you've plateaued, or if you've tried to exercise and now you're gaining weight, or if this has happened in the past because that was the approach you took to try to lose weight and you lost some and from exercising, and then you gained it back after, now that you're not, it's because you caused stress on the body and now it wants to gain the weight back. And so it sends signals. Now, you do this enough, what happens, just to give you guys some of the science, is that your body will create a set point. So it's just like where it's a homeostasis, like where it feels good about maintaining your weight. And so if you do this enough, it'll make your set point go up. Like meaning if you have stress enough in your life, your set point keeps going up. And that's why every year you gain 5 pounds. Every year you put on a couple of pounds, and you look back over the last 15 years and you've gained 30 pounds. You're like, well, gosh, I lost a little bit along the way, but it's been a steady incline. And it's because you just keep causing stress on the body every time you try to diet, every time you try to exercise, if you're not doing it the right way. So that's, got a bug. That is a like total misconception in the weight loss and fitness industry, that exercise is going to make you lose weight, that I'm going to like rock it and get ripped and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You can do that. And that's possible if you do it the right way and you address the body. But if you are exercising intensely to lose weight, I promise you that eventually, if you're not addressing the other things, eventually you'll gain the weight back. Look at every professional athlete who has gained weight. Why don't you think they would be able to keep the weight if they're a professional athlete, for heaven's sake? They know the rules. They know how to train. They know how to do these things. But why is it they all get bigger? They all get overweight. They all end up having chronic problems. You look at them all, and majority, not all of them, I'm going to say all, but you look at majority of them, they all get bigger. They all balloon up. They all get these bellies. Why? Because they cause so much stress on the body through exercise over years of just running from a tiger every day in that court or that gym or that field or that whatever they're doing. And it's problematic. Now, here's what people say. Well, what about runners? They're super thin. Okay, that's fine. But not all runners are super thin. Marathon runners and triathletes and Ironman guys or Ironman people are. And not to say that guys or girls, guys referring to people in general. But they're super thin from an adaptation of the body. You can't run like that and be heavy. So your body adapts by losing size and mass. But if you look at cardiovascular disease amongst marathon runners, or autoimmune disease amongst marathon runners, or like long distance endurance cyclists or Ironman athletes or whatever it is, whoever it is, their rates are crazy. Like they're 5 times more likely to develop heart disease than other people. You go, what? How does that make sense with cardio? It totally makes sense, because they're causing so much stress, so much inflammation, and so much problems inside their body that it just wreaks havoc. So here's what I tell people is that 100% of weight loss is nutrition. That's it, period. Not 80-20, not 70-30, not 90-10. 100% of weight loss and weight maintenance is nutrition. And I know that from research, but I also know that from my own life. My weight stays the same whether I exercise or not. I lost all of the weight that I lost not exercising, and my clients don't exercise and they lose 20 to 45 pounds in 6 weeks. That's average. Some people lose more, some people lose a little bit less, but 95% of people in my program lose at least 20 pounds in 6 weeks. The other 5% are usually people who don't have 20 at least 20 pounds to lose. There are a few people here and there that don't lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks that have it, but most people don't have it, and that's why they don't lose 20 pounds. All right, so we don't have them exercise at all. I tell them not to. I tell them to take it easy because it's so counterproductive. It's so backwards with the way our body works. If you understand, if your body's stressed, it's going to store fat, and if you exercise, you're going to cause more stress, therefore causing more fat. Really tricky. Most people don't know that, but it is the science. It's how our bodies work. So anyway, just wanted to cover that today. If you've experienced this, if you're like, gosh, this is why I haven't been able to lose weight. Like, this was me. I was running like 8 miles a day. I was hitting the gym, doing supersets and doing cardio in between. Like, it's just crazy stuff. And I wasn't ever getting trimmer. I wasn't ever getting thinner. I wasn't ever like whatever. Now, it's not to say that all exercise is bad and you can't drop weight by doing it. It's just most of the time people don't. And so that's why they have so many problems. And think about your life. Like, how long have you struggled with weight? 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And what things have you tried? You've probably tried diet. You probably tried exercise. You probably tried shakes. You probably tried exercise again, because it's this consistent thing in our mind that we feel like we have to be exercising to actually lose weight, which isn't true. So I always say, like, stop exercising, get your nutrition right, and you'll start losing the weight. I've got a lady right now, I just posted, she's 66 years old. She's lost 10 pounds in 10 days. She said, I can't even lose 10 pounds in a year. And she's tried exercise. I mean, she's active and stuff like that. We got her nutrition right, and boom, the weight's gone. I mean, she's still losing weight. Of course, we're going to drop some more, but that's been in the last 10 days. So anyway, wanted to drop this little bomb of education and information for you. If you have questions or you have comments, you disagree, I'm fine. I'd love to hear that. Love to see some research or other things as far as fat storage for you on that. So go ahead and feel free to post below. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you need a little bit of guidance or help, happy to share. We'll talk to you guys later.